Alrighty, thank you for viewing this video. This video is going to talk about an aspect of the tabletop Starfighter game that I've been developing, specifically the movement rules. I have two thoughts as far as movement rules go, and I wanted to explain the two rule sets and get some feedback and opinions on them. So, a little bit of breakdown of stats and basic mechanics for the game. All fighters have this Starfighter card that lists out their specs. The two specs that we're worried about as far as movement goes are the burn value and the turn value. We can see that the F-86C Hellcat 5 Assault Fighter has burn 9, turn 6. Okay. The game is, or measuring in the game is done using inches. Okay. And for the first rule set, this is very basic. The idea is you can move as many inches as you have burn for. Okay? So like the Hellcat could move 9 inches. And then turning, the idea is you would have this dial built into the base under the fighter. And the individual sliver would be displayed through a triangular hole in the base. Each of these slivers is referred to as a degree of turn. Okay? So by default, it would start on 0, and when a player wishes to turn, they would hold the base and turn the fighter. I haven't quite figured out how to do this in Tabletop Simulator yet, but the idea is turn the fighter while holding the base. And then a number will be displayed in this slot. That number will be the number of degrees of turn it takes to face a given direction. Okay? So that is basically rule set 1. You can move any increment of inches you want up to your maximum burn, and you can turn any increment of degrees of turn up to your turn value. Okay, neither of these have to be continuous, nor do you have to use all of them in a given turn. Okay, if you only want to turn 1 degree of turn through the entire turn, you can. If you want to turn 0, you can. If you want to move 3 inches, turn 2 degrees, move forward 2 inches, turn back 2 inches, and then move forward 2 inches. You can. Both of these are perfectly legal. The only limits are you cannot move more inches than you have burn. Excuse me. And you cannot turn more degrees of turn than your ship has degrees of turn for. Okay? That is the first set of rules. With the second set of rules, I'm trying to incorporate something broadly, suggestively reminiscent of Newtonian physics. I am not trying to emulate real Newtonian physics. I'm not trying to deal with gravitational pull or distance traveled over change in direction or those kind of calculations. I want to try and keep the game fast and fun. Okay? So this rule set is meant to be evocative of the broad concepts of Newtonian physics, not an actual simulation of it. The idea here is for every inch you move in a given direction, you accrue a inertia value equal to that distance. Okay, so, let's say you move 3 inches. Okay, this ship now has inertia 3. What that does is, at the start of their next turn, they would automatically move 3 inches forward before the player makes any moves. Okay, after they have moved those 3 inches, now the player is free to use their burn and turn values to execute maneuvers. Okay. However, there's a little bit more to it than that. With this system, there is also a difference between direction of travel and facing direction. So the idea is, let's say you travel 6 inches forward, you now have inertia 6, and then you turn 3 degrees of turn to the right. Your direction of travel does not change. You're still going in this direction. Unless you declare that you are going to burn in this direction. Okay? And in order to change your direction of travel, you must counteract the inertia that you already have. So this has inertia 6. They would need to burn 6 inches of movement from this direction to overcome that inertia so they can travel in this direction. Now, of course, in this example, they've moved 6 inches. They don't have 6 additional inches of movement to burn. They only have 3. So they could burn their last 3 inches of burn and thus reduce their inertia to inertia 3, which then means next turn they're either going to automatically move 3 inches and then be able to burn 3 inches of movement to move from here, or burn 3 inches of movement and be able to start moving from here. Okay? So I guess that summarizes my 2 ideas. If you have any thoughts, questions, feedback, bad jokes, funny comments, whatever, go ahead and throw them my way. Thanks for checking this out.